Hey, it's Trevor with AC Realty. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to go over last month's numbers with you. We're well into June at this point, but I wanted to just kind of go over what's been going on in the market. If there's any, thing to look out for if you're thinking about buying or selling a house, these are really good numbers to know. So let's just go over them real quick. New listings on the market. So we're looking at this time over last year and then year to date. So in both cases, we have more listings than we did last year. Pending sales are up, let's see, about 10% from this time over last year, but only 3% for the year. Closed sales are down by about 8% from this time last year, and they're pretty flat year over year as far as that goes. I will tell you, just anecdotally speaking, there are so many transactions that just kind of get blown up from one side or the other that don't need to be right now. And I've seen recently just a lot of fear in the market, and then a lot of uneducated agents. Not uneducated like they're dumb. It's like unprofessionalism, things that deals that didn't need to blow up that have. And so a lot of what I do is kind of keep track of both sides, and my colleagues that are experienced know what that's like as well. So moving on here, days on the market. This is a big one for how hot or cold the market is. High days on market tend to mean that we're in a little bit cooler of a market. Low days on market, like 7, mean that we're in a really hot market. This is really like how many days on market until it goes from active. You see the A, active, pending, or pending inspection. So we're up a little bit, but only a couple of days over this time last year. Same here with year to date. Median price, this, I'd never seen this before, 0.0, exactly the same as the last year. I don't understand that at all. It seems like it would at least be 0.2, but I don't make these numbers, I just bring them to you. Not a lot of appreciation. So if you're expecting like big appreciation, like what we've seen in 2021, not happening, at least not right now. You buy a home to live in it, to enjoy it, to appreciate over time, but it's not like the stock market that goes up and down all the time. It's not how real estate is. In fact, average sales price here over May was down a little bit, and it's flat from the year before. So percent of list price received, in my mind, this is an indication of volatility, because when the market's all over the place, the listing agents can't really decide what to list it at, and maybe they are off a lot. During COVID, when interest rates were super low, this number was all over the place. People were missing it by like 5%, 10% sometimes. So I think we more or less have our heads wrapped around the market here. Inventory of homes, another key indicator of how hot or cold the market is, and to some degree what direction it's going. The inventory of homes has gone up, and that's gonna match with our new listings here to some degree, although there will be a little bit of a lag. And month supply, I always talk about this, but month supply, if there was no more homes to come on the market, how long would it take to sell through the homes at the current rate that they're selling? So it's like an absorption rate almost. This time last year was 2.5 months, now it's 3 months. We're really teetering on no longer being a seller's market here. So at least according to this number, everything kind of feels like a seller's market to me, but not a really hot seller's market. These are good numbers to have. If you need more numbers about your local market, kind of what's going on your side of the street, that type of thing, that's more of a comparative market analysis where we take your specific home, the characteristics, what kind of shape it's in, things like that, and we'll be able to give you a much closer idea. When people ask me, is it a good time to buy or not? Within all these thousands and thousands of transactions, there's a bunch of good ones and there's a bunch of bad ones. There's people that have made really great deals, bought a great home for their family, bought a good investment property, and then there's people that maybe weren't so happy with what they bought, or moved the average the other way. So I always tell people it really depends on the deal. It really depends on who you are and what you're looking for. So hopefully this helps, guys. If you have any questions, just email me.